We've had an interesting opening Premier League weekend. We've seen everything we needed to see: goals, drama, penalties, everything, red cards even. We got a fair share of action, and we're reviewing, of course, the best talking points that have happened from everything over the weekend. And Victor, starting with Manchester City, they were actually fortunate to come from behind to beat Bournemouth 2-1. But despite the win, Maresca faced some criticism for experimenting with the City lineup. What are your thoughts on that?
I think God himself could have come down and taken over from Pep Guardiola and somebody would still complain. I mean, that was the level Pep Guardiola was at Man City. And I don't think Maresca did too much wrong. I mean, let's put things into perspective. It was interesting. With Gueye in midfield, it was certainly interesting. But I think he's done well enough. And it's, on one hand, it's one of those things where you want to do something shocking for people to take notice that there's someone new in charge. Perhaps also because they look so similar, him and Guardiola. But on the other hand, City are so short in midfield. I mean, look at the state of that. They sold Rodri, Bernardo Silva is gone, Tijani Reinders is gone, Nico Gonzalez is leaving. They needed to do something. And I think Guehi was as good as any other option, really, in midfield. I think Maresca was vindicated in the end. They did manage to win, but it was very lucky. I mean, this smells of Liverpool levels of luck from last season, the first 5 games that they deserve to win, none of those.
Fair point. And then speaking about someone that was not lucky in any way, Aston Villa suffered a humiliating 4-0 defeat at the hands of Brighton. They conceded 4 goals in 31 minutes, and many have come at Villa and Emery for the fact that they lost lots of key players this summer and failed to do proper replacement. What are your thoughts on that, Max?
I mean, I expected Brighton to win, but surely not in that fashion. But I mean, also it's kind of unfair to say that there's pretty much no replacements for them. But when you look at the players that couldn't play, it was Abraham, Bailey, Macho, Mazambi, Onana. There's a lot of players from the midfield that could have played for them and make it easier at least. But still, yeah, as I mentioned before the season, I really expect Villa to have pretty tough time finishing probably even below top 10, especially after this game, because we saw all the problems in midfield, also in defense. They really they need at least, I'd say, 3 more signings this summer, but it's like a week only. They need 1 or 2 midfielders. Also, they need somebody in defense because, as you saw, this center back pairing was terrible.
Interesting. Victor expects Villa to push the title, guys. Max expects Villa to finish below top 10. Interesting. Anyways, back to you, Victor. Brighton, on their part, currently lead the way in the Premier League, of course, after that result. But was it a case of them being so good or Villa just being so bad?
I got proper blitz that, wasn't it? I like to believe it's thanks to Brighton. They were absolutely brilliant, honestly. Of course, you can usually only play as well as your opponent lets you, and Villa certainly let them. But yeah, I think Brighton have been a very good team for a very long time, going back to the De Zerbi era, and even before that. They've always been well drilled. They've always had good link up play, good philosophy. Honestly, I'm chalking this one down to Brighton's brilliance. This was the sort of thing that I would like to see more from them.
Interesting. Anyways, back to you, Max. The last gas penalty from Soboslai saw Anthony Raula's Liverpool snatch a point against Matthias Jassel's Newcastle. Both sides were actually playing under new management. So, what are your early reservations about both teams?
I mean, Szoboszlai is a great penalty taker at first. That was insane, honestly. And I mean, for Newcastle, I'll probably point out that the way how they ran for these counterattacks was insane throughout the whole game. Every single time they catch the ball in their box, they instantly run into the opponent's box. And also the way how they fight for all of the ground duels, aerial duels, every single ball and every single shot, they went for it. For Liverpool, I mean, it's not so much to mention because, I mean, it's the first game under Iraola in Prem at least. I saw some signs of his proper football and his high pressing, but still, I mean, there's a lot of work because Liverpool used to play in this fashion back in the day, but currently players probably not fit at least at the moment for that.
Anyways, and on the final note, back to you, Victor. Many expected Newcastle to be so bad this season, but at least judging by their first game, yeah, including you yourself, judging by their first game, they did not start the season in that fashion. However, is it still too early to say they will prove everyone wrong?
Yeah, absolutely. Far too early. I mean, yes, they were leading until deep in injury time, and I think they were going to see this as 2 points dropped, much more so than 1 point gained. But they also had quite a few players in that team that didn't perform well enough. Like, okay, Max mentioned their willingness to run and to do the counters and everything, but there were quite a few passengers in that team, and I think if you look at their right hand side, with Dedic, for instance, I feel like he could have done quite a bit better. But again, you're on your debut. It's tough. It's always tough. Match day one. I don't think there's much of a conclusion you can draw from this. I still think Newcastle are going to be in a scrap, but maybe just maybe they can save themselves because at the moment I still see them as the third team going down.
Wow, that's a very bold claim from you, Victor. But anyways, time will tell about whether that will prove on to be royally wrong or spot on and absolutely right. Anyways, that's all we have from all the action from round one. The Premier League is fully back and we can expect more drama, more talking points, more controversy, and lots of everything you would expect as the season goes by. And as usual, we'll be here to bring all the best talking points as they happen.